Arsenal Football Club out of the FA Cup to Southampton of all teams. This was embarrassing. Welcome back to the channel. I really wish we're having this match reaction under better circumstances, but unfortunately, Arsenal has crashed out of the FA Cup, losing to Southampton of all teams. A championship team. Yes, they have been in good form. In the match previous stream, I spoke about how they've had 12 wins from their last 14 or some BS like that. But they're a championship team. I expected Arsenal to at least do better. They did what they did on the pitch, but it was not enough. This is very unacceptable. Like, for the life of me, I can't believe that I'm sitting down here doing a match reaction for a game where we've crashed out playing against a lower division team. At the very least, I expected Arsenal to go to the semi-finals of the FA Cup to play the likes of Chelsea, Man City, potentially West Ham or Leeds, depending on who qualifies in that next round. But here we are now, out of the FA Cup. Man, this is just sad. I'm so pissed because we have too many players that are not cutting it at the club and their frailties have been exposed. The good thing, thankfully, is that at least we probably will not get to see them play again for quite a while, unless it be injury, strike, or something. But some guys were really pathetic in this game. Really, really pathetic. Let me start with the lineups. Southampton had Daniel Perez in goal, had Bree as the right back, Ryan Manning as the left back, with Wood and Howard Bellis as the centre backs. The holding midfielders were Janda and Bragg. Why did my lights go off? The holding midfielders were Janda and Bragg, while Azaz was the attacking midfielder. Fellows was on the right, Chienza was on the left, and then Ross Stewart was in the middle. Stewart started playing for them after Adam Armstrong was sold to Wolves. We saw that had been there for quite a while, but hasn't been a regular. As for Arsenal, we had Kepa Arrizabalaga in goal. Kepa that's really stunk up the place when we played against Man City in the Carabao Cup final. He got on that shot again. It was crap once again. And we have Ben White to play as the right back, Miles Lewis Kelly at the left back, Gabriel and Mosquera in the middle. Noga was the holding midfielder with Odegaard and Havertz playing as the attacking midfielders. Darman on the right, Martinelli on the left, Gabriel Jesus in the middle. This was a lineup that was certainly good enough to get the win against the championship side. But we were mistaken, and this lads went up there and played absolute crap. Wasting chances as you'd expect from Arsenal. When the opposition had theirs, they were more clinical. Now let's look at the match stats. We had the lion's share of possession. You can see the XG, 1.77, 22 shots, 7 on target, 1 big chance missed. Basically dominated every stat available, from the shooting stats to the XG stats to the possession stats. Even dominated the passing stats. Obviously, Southampton were the ones that had more defensive stats than us, more tackles, more interceptions, more blocks, more clearances, more goalkeeper saves. But this was just pathetic. The first goal came from a Ben White error. Simple cross that he could have anticipated well, but for some reason the ball went behind him. White had a stinking game. It was terrible. Yo, Jay, how are you, man? Good to have you on the channel. Big ups, bro. Sorry about your own game. You know you're a Liverpool fan and you guys lost to Man City today. I don't know. I'll probably check the channel to see if you had like a match reaction to that as well. Big ups, fam. So this was a cross that, for some reason, for the life of me, I don't even understand how that ball went past White. But Stewart was there, simple placed effort into the goal. Kepa did basically nothing at that moment. And we went into the break behind. This was really sad because in the first half we had many chances to score. Many, many. That man had a couple, Odegaard had some, Martinelli had a couple. Like, we were just wasteful. Yes, the keeper tried, but there were many chances where we could have killed off the game, but we chose not to. Yeah, man. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I agree, bro. Thanks for that. We also have Henry on the chat. Yeah, you're not filming as much as me, bro. This was downright pathetic. Like, our performance was very poor. The lads were not up for it. We went into the game, into halftime, 1-0 down from Ross Stewart. And now I expected them to like come up in the second half and do better. But we got the equalizer thanks to the man on fire, Victor Gyökeres. Obviously, he was never going to start this game. He played a whole lot of minutes for Sweden in the qualifiers. Well, Havertz was the one that gave the assist, in as much as he struggled, But it's just a big shame, man. Like, these guys played against. What's wrong with my lights tonight? My lights are just acting up. These guys played against a team that was lower than them in the division. But for some reason, they could not just get the job done, which was really sad. Gabriel Jesus was missing in action yet again. I don't know what that guy is doing in my club, man. He needs to just leave. Like, I'll get to play everything later, but this was a pathetic performance from him as well. Gyökeres scored 4 goals for Sweden in the qualifiers, booking a place in the World Cup. Played 90 minutes against Ukraine, scored a hat-trick. Played 90 minutes against Poland. Rightfully stayed on the bench. Ooh, bold one from Henry. If you ask me, win the EPL, I'll sack the coach. Man's turning into a serial butler, man. But let me just see win the EPL. And maybe get better signings. We need a left winger. Martinelli is bull crap. Yeah, I know you're done with the manager, but I think we should still give him a chance. He can still win the Premier League. He can still go find the Champions League. But the quadruple dream is over, man. The triple dream is also over. Maybe Man City can win the Cup double, the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup, while we win the Champions League and the Premier League. That should be a good campaign for me. But what matters the most, more than anything to me, is the Premier League. I want that like the air that I breathe. So Gyökeres came from the bench for a useless Gabriel Jesus and scored a very one-touch goal. Good ball from Gabriel to Kai Havertz. Kai Havertz looked so that he was free, gave him a very carefully treaded pass, just like how you give him a pass against Sunderland. And Gyökeres finished the ball one time, And we were like in the ascendancy. After that, Mazawa had a shot that was saved. Martinelli had a shot that was saved. Oh yeah, and even the goal that Rostewa scored, Odegaard actually made a mistake. He tried to do a back heel. The down man that was just out of place, and of course, So Henry, says Havertz, Martinelli, Trossard, Jesus, Ben White, Calafiori, Kepa, all gone. Man, yeah, I'll bin Martinelli, I'll bin Trossard, I'll bin Jesus, I'll bin White. Or being Kepa. Kepa is just useless, man. My God. Then there was the soccer punch. Very late on at the game, Shea Charles, who came on as a sub, for the life of me, I don't even know how he had that chance, but the place effort, it looked like something that I would expect someone like Ryan to save. Kepa is such a poor goalkeeper. My God, my goodness. I'm just grateful that he's going to be on the bench till the end of the season. And we're not going to see him anymore because he was horrible again. Those are balls that you'd expect your goalie to catch. But for some strange reason, Kepa could not just catch those balls. This was just sad. This was just sad to see. So where did it go wrong? We had too many players that were out of place. We had too many players that were like passengers. Like, oh my God, Ben White had a horrible game, like a sincerely horrible game. Max Darman tried to make something work, had a couple of shots here and there, tried to create chances for his teammates. Even when Odegaard left, he now moved to the middle. But still, nothing. Martinelli was just poor on the left hand side, didn't do much, had a couple of good chances that we scored, threw them away. Madueke came on as a sub, had nothing to offer, was just falling on the pitch like, you know. Yeah, at this point, there's nothing to hold on to. No good football, nothing entirely. And just as well, just fast score the games. Yeah, I agree. If you can do that, man, that can work for you. But, I'm an Arsenal content creator. I'm going to continue watching the games, thick and thin, give my watch along, give my match reaction, give my match previews. There's so much content to go through. We still have between now and May to win something. So I'm still just keeping the faith. Obviously, this was not our first team. We had a couple of players that were rested, but the lads that were on the pitch should have done enough to get the victory, which is why it's quite heartbreaking. You know, Gabriel also had an injury in the game. We'll talk more on that later. Just imagine what I'm going to do when I go to the office on Monday, how I'm going to be trolled so badly by my colleagues losing to Southampton. It's just a shame, man. Just a pathetic shame at this point to see what these lads are doing. To not make it worse, Gabriel suffered an injury to his knee. These are the injury that kept him out of international break of going to play with Brazil. Although Brazil had some meaningless friendlies against it was France and Croatia, I think. Yeah, Martinelli scored one. But obviously, Gabriel suffered an injury in the game. Saliba came on for him. Terrible. Mosquera. Yeah, Mosquera had that good interception where Gabriel nodded the ball back and she ends her dribble Kepa, almost got an empty goal, but Mosquera was there to anticipate the ball. We had so many moments where Southampton were up for it. Like they were not, yes, they kept a low block when we attacked them. So yeah, Henry says that winning the EPL alone is not good enough. I think it is though, because these cup competitions, it just happens. Sometimes you can, but obviously, if you see what happened, look at the stats. The stats are very clear. We play better than them. We just didn't take our chances, and that's football. Southampton had very, very little chances, and they took the ones they had. More the fact that we had a useless goalkeeper in goal, but I can't say that winning the EPL alone is not enough. We see in the Champions League, there's so many big teams there. As we go further in the competition, more of our important players at the back. I don't know, man. It's just sad to see. Yeah, what do you have for Murph about to go to work on Monday? I know, man. Monday is going to be very, very peak because folks will be all up in our case, man, trolling and whatnot. Now, let me just touch on the player ratings. Kepa gets a 6. I like to give him a 5. He was really pathetic, man. Like, my God. And it's not as if we had Tommy Setford on the bench. Raya was on the bench this time. But Kepa, he didn't cover himself in glory, man. He didn't cover himself in glory at all. Yeah. Oh yeah, Yamal, yeah. Well, you have to pass Sporting CP before you think of Barcelona. But remember when I was chatting with my friends in my WhatsApp group of how we want to play Chelsea or Man City in the semi. This is the end I was going to get out from the competition in the hands of Southampton. They don't count your egg before they hatch without their bloody saying is. Then why gets a five? This was one of his worst games ever, and the man is finished. Yeah, me and Everton wants to buy him. I hope they buy him so that we can go and find a better right back. You say, how is he getting a five? What do you want to give him? Less? You can put your comment in your thoughts in the comment. I'm even losing my words now because I'm so pissed off. Busquera, he gets a six from me. He tried, loads of passes to Gabriel, had that mad moment where he intercepted the ball well. Gabriel gets a six as well. He didn't cover himself in glory in this game. Almost had an error that yeah, we never have the eggs. I agree, man. Had an error that almost led to a goal. And Mosquera had to spare his blushes. Miles Lewis Kelly, he thought he was playing Moldova again, trying to run with the ball every time in midfield rather than trying to find the pass. He was turned over several times. Kelly showed why his third choice in the left back position to Hincapi and Calafiori. Kala came on and didn't do much though, so there's that. Kai Havertz, he had an average game, but had an assist. Nogard played very well. I thought he looked like like a 3, terrible man. He didn't look out of place. He tried. Odegaard, obviously, was not fully fit. Had a couple of good touches, had a shot that was saved. But it was his error that led to the first goal. Because Odegaard tried to give a back pass to Dalman, which he missed. And Southampton had a turnover and transition from there. And that ball eventually led to the goal, which is quite sad to see. That man gets a 7. He was the only person in that pitch that really wanted to make something happen. Martinelli was crap. Had a 6 from me. Gabriel Jesus was a whole lot worse. Like, he didn't even register one shot in the entire game. He was always in midfield, playing so deep. As soon as Gyökeres replaced him, you saw what he did. When you're in the box, you can have a chance to score. Gabriel Jesus needs to leave the club, man. He needs to go to Brazil or just get the hell out of my club so we can buy Alvarez. Like, if better can get me Richard Karaschelli on the left and Julian Alvarez in the middle, I'm good, man. Because I tell you, he needs to get the hell out of this club. I wish Bayern came for him instead of Luis Diaz. The guy is so inconsistent, man. He's so inconsistent. My God, it's hot. So what does this loss mean? Obviously, we're out of the FA Cup. Man City smashed Liverpool 4-0 today, and in Haaland scoring a hat-trick. Chelsea smashed Port Vale 7. Obviously, we lost to Southampton. Maybe we could have played the game at home. It would have been better for us. Shame. And of course, West Ham is playing Leeds tomorrow. So our next opponent, Sporting CP. Last time we played them, we won 5-1. They go from Odegaard, Havertz, Gabriel. Who else? Saka scored a penalty as well. I remember them, yeah. Gabriel was trying to do the whole Gyökeres celebration and he really messed it up, covered his entire face. But we have to be very careful because Sporting, they lost 3-0 to Bodo Glimt in the first leg and won 5-0. And of course, they are saying now I've lost 2 games in a row now. They'll be looking at blood, they want to go for it. So guys, this is just sad to see. We are out of the FA Cup. But we still have the Champions League and the Premier League to contend with. Premier League in the last 7 games, we have I think 4 or 5 at home. Man, my lights are just acting up. Like everything is just, yeah. So congratulations Fatime Quintanos. Welcome, bro. Says we need to give kudos to Southampton. 14 games unbeaten. Yeah, they have been unbeaten in 14 games. Yeah, but If we're being honest with ourselves, we played better than them. We just didn't take our chances. And on top football, it doesn't matter how good you played. What matters is the result at the end of the game. The stats are very clear for everyone to see. We had 22 shots, and out of that 22 shots, only one went past the goalie. Southampton, on the other hand, didn't have as much shots as we did. I think they had, let me even check the bloody thing again. Yeah, they had only 8 shots with 4 on target, and 2 were goals, But nah, I agree. I can't give them any credit. They're a championship side. We should have done well. We should have gotten the results. But here we are, out again. It's just a shame. Going into the week, obviously, we have the Sporting CP game. And of course, looking forward to Bournemouth in the weekend. It was just embarrassing. Very embarrassing. Very, very embarrassing. Man, I'm out, man. I got to get ready for church tomorrow. So, such a poor performance. Yes, I've been coming. I agree with you, bro. So, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe. We're hitting 5K soon. You guys have been awesome. Thank you for all the awesome things you've been doing to support this channel as we grow. And in July will be 1 year. So we keep pushing, man. But what about Arsenal? You win, you lose, you draw. You have to come and show that support to the club that you love. It's so sad to see what's going on right now, but I just feel that we just have to focus. Champions League, Premier League, that's where we play our best teams. I don't want to see Gabriel Jesus near the team anymore. I don't want to see Kepa near the team anymore. I hope Timber can get fit real soon so that Ben White goes back to the bloody bench where he belongs. Like, I don't know whether it's the case of the fact that these guys have been out of form for so long that now they are struggling as they come into the pitch. I don't know. But I'm tired, man. I'm tired. These guys they're just pissing me the hell off. I'm done, man.